Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video, the Summon Rush has just gone live for me for the Timit the Fool fusion, and I'm gonna go for it. So we're gonna be pulling some shards. Now, one really interesting thing that is happening, and also I should also say that I'm probably gonna release this video, I think, on Saturday morning for me. So I'm recording this on Friday, so there's a couple of events that will have started by then, but one thing that is probably already affecting you in terms of whether or not you're going to go for this fusion is the fact that there are a lot of Halloween points in these events, right? The Dungeon Divers, Halloween Titan points, the Champ Training, Halloween Titan points. All of these fusion events are coming in with Halloween Titan points. So depending on where you are at, this might be very important. There might be really good rewards up for grabs for those Titan points. You might end up doing half the fusion anyway. That's a pretty big deal. If we look at the Summon Rush in particular, and again, from my fusion guide, I do think it's wise for sure to go up to 3,000. Like if you're already going 2,150 in, it makes so much sense to go a little bit further and get the 10 extra fragments. It lets you skip things like Dungeon Divers if you want. I think that's a pretty big deal. There's actually 200 Halloween points in this Summon Rush, which is a ton. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that there are, I think, only 1,750 Halloween points total. So if you skip this Summon Rush, you're gonna have a tough time maxing it out if that is something that you want to do. So I've thrown some stuff in here. Basically, hang on. I've got my little notepad. So I'm basically working out, this is what I'm going to pull today. 5 Sacreds for 2,500 points. I'm actually going to pull 8 Voids for 690, and then 40 Mysteries to hit the 3,500. But in the Titan event, I'm currently at 1,170 points. Okay. I have, unfortunately, sorry, it's my mercy timer. I've not properly tracked the events that I've skipped. I am fairly certain I've skipped at least 50 points from one of the champion trainings. I'm not sure if I've skipped anything else, but it's possible. I don't know. I should have tracked it. I should be tracking the stuff I've skipped. But I think if I skip Summon Rush, like I think that's the maximum. And this is the stuff that's available to me right now. There's 100 points in champ training. And just to point that out, that's something I'm definitely going for. I'm definitely going for the fusion. So there's 30 points here, 20 points here, 50 there. So like I'm definitely going up to 8,000. So that's no problem. I'm definitely getting that 100. This Dungeon Divers is pretty rough, right? I'm easily going to get the fragments. I could easily do this, right? In the first day, I did 2,800. It's very fast for me with Super Raids and Spider to do this. It's so quick, right? So fast. Going up to a primal is nice. I mean, it's a lot of dungeon diving to get those 100 points. There's a pretty decent chance I could skip that. I keep opening the wrong notepad. So that's something I'm considering as well. I do have Artifact Enhancement and Arena starting. Arena is basically freebie points. And Artifact Enhancement, that's going to depend. They're probably not going to be too bad. I mean, I have plenty of silver. I've got 100 million. So I'm not worried about that. But yeah, look, I'm going to do this Summon Rush. I might as well grab the extra 100 points there, whatever it is. Is it 150 extra points for going a little bit further? Or is it 100? It's 150. I'm going for that extra 150. And I think if you're going for these Halloween points, you know, if you're in a similar position to me, at this point, you might as well do the fusion. I did the showcase on him. I'm very curious to see how people are going to react to it. I'm recording this before that video has gone live, so I haven't seen people's reactions. I actually am much more positive about Timit, having play tested him now. I actually think he's decent. He's not amazing. I think without Kaja, he's not super hype, so that's something to watch out for. But fundamentally, I think 3-turn buff decrease with the extra turn. If he gets the extra turn, I think it's really good. You basically strip all their buffs and then you True Fear them with increased accuracy. And then with Kaja, that True Fear has got a really good chance to turn into a Provoke. I think that's actually quite a strong little combo. I think it's pretty cool. I think they're a good duo for Arena. I genuinely do. But of course, it's always that question of, can you get Kaja? Will you get Kaja? Etc. Let's start with the 8 Voids first. Let's pull some shards, shall we? So I don't have either of these legendaries. So that's why I'm going for it. I don't think either one is S tier. But I don't have them. I think that would be fun. We're starting with a rare. That's fine. Again, to put it in context, I'm 115 void shards into, so we're not anywhere close to Mercy, but we're getting there. I actually do, with 127 shards, I actually do have enough to get up to Mercy. Though they've never done an extra legendary event, which would be the big thing to play around. But certainly, if I don't get a legendary, and I'm coming really close to that 200 shard mark where Mercy starts to kick in, that is the point where I definitely start to think about, okay, let's wait for like an Acrizia or a Cardial or something big for my account that I don't have. Let's wait for a really good 10x event. This is a decent 10x event. If I was to get one of these Void Legos, I'd be pretty happy. Let's go. I'm always looking for something new with Void Legendaries, pretty much. I'm saying all this about Void Legendaries. We're just getting a whole bunch of rares. I'll be interested to see if I've got one of the fusion rares. I haven't been paying attention. I don't think I have. And the final Void Shard. Is it Maraka Viletide? No, it's a rare. Okay. Hey, Tree Shield not. If I don't have him, that's actually a good one to get. So for the Voids... no, we had those already. We did not get Centurion, which is the one I'm missing. And we didn't get a Weregret. Okay, that's fine. Working towards that. We're obviously not going to get... Yeah, we could get some of the epics here. So we'll be looking for Aelfrig. He'd be a good one. Ilsinia would be a good one to get. I actually need some new copies of these. These ones are actually like booked up and stuff. So I've got a spare in Dahlia already. I'd love another spare. I don't want to feed in a 6-star, 3-star Awaken guy here. I'd rather save him, and she's 6-star. So I'd rather get some extra copies of these before going for the Mikage. But let's go. We're going to do 5 Sacred Shards. Oh, I forgot to show the legendaries that are boosted. We didn't get one this time, so that's fine. Anax. Not a bad epic, actually. Good for Demon Lord. I talked about these yesterday. I do not have a Tagore, so I'd actually quite like to get Tagore. He could be really good for any of those like really limited faction-specific tournaments. He's just a great epic, so I'd like to get him. I think I've got enough copies of Ugo now. That's not important. I do have both, of course, Pythion and Uko. I wouldn't mind a second copy, more so of Uko. A second Pythion would be more for empowerment or faction guardians. Well, faction guardians first, empowerment eventually, perhaps. Venomage, brilliant epic with the AoE poisons with heal reduction. She is great. She's clutch to farming Nether Spider quickly, which is a bit more valuable nowadays, right? Affinity Breaker, not as terrible as it was with Phantom Shogun, and hey, maybe in the future be okay. So yeah, she's sort of clutch because she puts out the AoE poisons with heal reduction. So heal reduces the boss and starts triggering all the AoE attacks. And with Geomancer, you're just reflecting all that damage back, and it works really well, and the boss doesn't get healed. So she's great for that. Plus, she's amazing for like Lizard Secret Rooms, Faction Wars. It's an epic. Morag, great epic, actually. Really underrated. AoE attack with Strengthen on a 3-turn. The only epic to do that. Little mini ally attack. Can give an extra turn. That counterattacks whenever hit while under Strengthen is really good too. She's a really good epic. Super underrated. Is it legendary time? No, still nothing. Stagnite, obviously an amazing epic, still stands strong to this day with the AoE decreased defense and attack and single target decreased speed. It's just such a good kit. It's so basic, but it's all of the essentials. And our final sacred. Are we going to hit gold? No. Nothing. Myceliac Priest Orin. Oh man, mushrooms on the menu for dinner tonight. He was an MVP in my Ice Golem run in Affinity Breaker, no less, which was hilarious. You can check that out. The Deadwood Jedi faction games, Ice Golem. That was actually an amazing stream. If you missed it, it's super fun. If you want to see us trying to beat Ice Golem with ridiculous faction lock teams, it was cool. But yeah, he's like an AoE poisoner. Then he's got some more poison stuff here. Tankiness with his passive. He's not an amazing champion, let me be honest, but he's not bad. Like, he's a solid AoE poisoner. I would say Venomage is definitely a tier above, though. And for the sake of it, why not, while we're here, let's do 40 mysteries. We've got the space. That champion training is on, so in theory I could have maybe pulled one less void and pulled even more mysteries for champ training. That would have worked as well. I've actually not kept track, so maybe we're going to pull too many. That's fine. Oh, we got a rare, but I skipped it. Whoops. The old mystery pulling technique. Whoops. Nope, we didn't get either of those. I don't think we got anything useful here, unfortunately. And we already had these. So no progress made towards Mikage. That is sad. Let's go grab our Summon Rush rewards. There we go. 3,500 points exactly. Didn't miscount, getting a bunch of energy. That's cool. Gonna slam that into Spider today to grab the Dungeon Diver fragments. Or maybe start working on champ training, actually. I finished the Spider thing. But here we go, 1300. We get Eternal Soulstone, 6-star Chaos Ore, an XP barrel, and a rank 5 chicken. Like, that's really good for the Summon Rush. That is not bad at all. And we're real close to a Legendary Tome, a Mythical Tome, and an Eternal Soulstone. We're going to get those basically no problem. Let's be real. So that's pretty good. So where are we at? Void Mercy, 1, 2, 3. Sacred Mercy, we pulled an extra, so up to 10. So these were the Timit Summon Rush, which is the 27th of October. Almost 1 month exactly behind Bambus, which is fun. So there we go. All right, cool. Timit Summon Rush. Ancient Mercy, which we're still pretty far off all of these. We're getting close on Sacreds, starts at 12. And then Void's at 200. That's a big one if we end up going that far. That could be pretty huge. If they do a guaranteed Void Legendary, they haven't in a long time, but I would probably go for it. And that would definitely, we'd get a second Legendary if that was to happen. It would definitely pop out. So wait, what did I get that's new? Sylvan Watchers. Oh, we got Branch Weaver. We got new uncommon. Well, we're just going to feed her. She's people giving her good reviews. What? I'm not going to use that chat. I mean, she's the AoE decreased speed. She's not terrible for an uncommon, but I'm certainly not going to be using her on my account. Listen, there we go, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope that your... that's the worst reward to get. Hope your summons go well. And yeah, I certainly think that a lot of people are probably reassessing whether or not to go to the Fusion if, you've been in a position where you have been doing this Titan event. So many of the Fusion events are tied in. Let me know if you're in that position. And I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.